Rock, can you provide any sort of clarity on what happened there in between the third and fourth?
Sure. I'll do it, but I'm going to be very brief in the way that I'll talk about it. Obviously, everyone that was watching the game could see the same thing that we were seeing, and their pitcher was warned or asked to clean his hand off of the rosin that was on his hand, because sometimes if you do use rosin, it will get especially tacky. He was warned. He didn't fully comply, I would say, with the warning from what I was told, and was still allowed to keep pitching. So that's it. I just don't agree with that in principle. I do appreciate the courtesy that pitchers around the league will get when the umpires ask them to remove some of that rosin from their hand, rosin and sweat, or whatever you want to call it. I would expect all teams and all players to get that courtesy, and they have. And I think overall the umpires have done a good job of that. But when he comes back out, doesn't comply with what he was asked to do, has something on his hand that he shouldn't, and then there's an entire huddle of Yankees, basically all around the umpires while they're trying to have a discussion on the field, and then he casually can just walk to the mound and keep pitching. It kind of goes against a lot of the things that we've talked about this year and some of the adjustments that we're making in baseball. I was upset at it, and that's it.
How surprised were you that you were asked to leave the game and not him?
I wasn't going to go out on the field and return to the dugout on principle because I thought it was wrong.
Rocco,
so that was all. I anticipated not being in the game anymore when I walked out there.
Rocco, you used the term rosin a couple of times. Are you convinced that's all it was?
I have no idea, and I can't even make a statement on that. I have no thought on that, to be honest. This isn't about anything related to any specifics of what any player or any team does. I have no idea. All I know is the pitcher didn't comply with what he was asked to do, and that upset me, and I think upset everyone in our dugout. I can't go back in the dugout and explain to everyone what happened, and look at everyone in the eye and say that it's fine, because most of the time it is fine, and the umpires handle the situations well. But the first part of it, what he was asked to do on the other side of the field as the opposing manager, I don't even need to know about that. If they have a conversation with the player on the field, that's between the umpires and the opposing pitcher. That's fine. I just didn't. I didn't like that he was able to just kind of walk past everyone after being confronted for the second time in the game, and allowed him to just keep pitching, and he pitched the whole game, and or much of the game. So that's all. That's all.
Do you think that was the factor that he threw the game of his life today?
I actually have no. I think that's a different conversation. He pitched well. I have no idea. How to factor in any of that into how he pitched. I really don't.
Did you request them check him, or did they do it on their?
No, we didn't. We didn't. This is just part of the process of. Part of the umpire's responsibilities these days. And these are, opinion-based, challenging things that they have to deal with every day. And I haven't had any issue with anything that I've seen this year, really, at all. Just the fact that I've already said it, I won't repeat myself again, but just I didn't agree with the way that it was handled today.
The earlier time he was asked, was that after the first or after the second?
I have no idea, because this is all game long every day. This is what goes on. We don't pay attention to it, just like I'm not watching any of it during the game, and neither are the players or the other staff members. This is a regular occurrence, and normally go by with no issue. But obviously there was an issue today because the umpires brought up the issue. They thought there was an issue, and and then they thought there was an issue again, and then he kept pitching.
When you went out there, did they give you an explanation for why they let him keep pitching after being non-compliant?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I won't go into every single part of the conversation that I had with James. I have a lot of respect for James, and he explained to me very specifically what happened. I just strongly disagreed with what happened. I mean, he told me what they did. I said that's wrong. I said I don't agree with that, at all. And that's it.
He responded by pitching into the seventh and 12th, but I guess is the question whether or not he should have been allowed to with you.
That's the only question. That's the only point that I'm raising. I don't want to go into just talking on and on about this because I think it's just clear that it's simply the fact that there was a point raised. Their pitcher was asked to do something. He, pertaining to a rule that's been it's been a focal point of a lot of discussion. And he failed to do what he was asked to do and, rid himself of something that he was carrying on his hand. That's all. And when he returned and it was still on there partially, on part of his hand, I didn't think there was really any question that he should be removed from the game, and that's it. No one wants to be talking about this. I hate talking about this. The players don't want to. This is not part of the game that anyone is excited about dealing with. Probably especially the umpires, and rightfully so. But it is. It's just. This isn't a question of substances or this or specifics or this. He was. He had something on there that the umpire didn't like, and then he came back out with it again after he was asked to remove it. So.
Michael, I'm sorry, can I ask one? Were your hitters coming back and saying, like, the ball's moving more than normal with him? Was there some chatter among your group, like, I don't know if this is pure here?
Nothing that I think is worth mentioning here. He pitched well, so he pitched, he was sharp, he had especially good command and especially good stuff for the first 3 innings of the game. And overall, he pitched a good game. Those are just the facts. That's what happened. I don't have any commentary on anything that went on in our dugout. There was nothing especially noteworthy except the fact that he was sharp.
So just to be clear, you're more upset about the non-compliance than about the substance in question.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because when you use rosin and it's, you just wipe your head and you put a little rosin on your hand, which is completely legal. Your hand's going to get a little tacky. There's a reason why it's legal, because I think it allows pitchers to safely do their job and to, probably not add crazy amount of effect to the ball or to the game itself. So that's fine. I mean, it's completely legal to do that. But the umpire thought there was noticeably too much on his hand, and he was asked to take it off, and it was not taken off.